Hey there paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's another crazy geek crafter. It's once again that time of year where we turn on all the lights to feel nice and cozy in the deep dark of winter. I have already made a lot of Christmas cards, but here are two more. I'm going to use this Christmas tree and these tiny ornaments from Free Scoops. Then I found some white paper, some red paper, some green paper and some gold paper. Yes, to make this out of, and then I'm going to throw in a few extras along the way. Well, let's start with the tree. I find the darkest piece of cardstock I have of the greens and die cut this out. The die has a design on it and I'm going to use it as a stencil with this forest moss. I'm just going to try out and see if it looks right on this cardstock, and it did. And then just going to pounce it through all the little cracks. And I'm also going to darken the edges on the entire tree. This is quite a large tree, so I'm going to only use one on both my cards. Half of one on each card. So I'm trimming it down the middle, and I'm going to start with the card bases here. Just get them folded so I can start to have a look of my vision. I bought this at a convention in September, I think, and I did ask the designer whether or not these would actually cut, and she admitted that they had just come in the door right before they left for the convention, and she hadn't gotten around to trying them herself. So I took a chance and I bought them, and they actually die cut just fine. They are very small, of course, to work with, but I feared they would be more fiddly than they are. I was quite impressed. I did contemplate another direction to try and give them these ornaments their toppers. I'm going to show you that a little bit later. I'll try out both ways, both with the die cut and with the other idea I had for blinging up the top of the ornament. So I'm cutting some white and some red ornaments. Let's start out with the whites. And now onto the red. I have this pearlescent paper that came with my ScanNCut, so I don't know the brand of it, but it's gorgeous. And I've been hawking it for something, and this was just the perfect project in my mind. To put on the toppers that I die cut, I put some glue on a piece of paper, and then I dab the ornament in it and put it on top, and then hold it for a while with the tweezers to make sure that it bonds right. And here you see it. I was very impressed with the die cut, I have to say. But keeping keeping them on the table and knowing where they were, that was a bit nerve-wracking, because I kept being afraid that this piece of tape was going to stick to something and I was going to lose it. But I managed. If you haven't guessed already, the other method of putting toppers on these ornaments is to heat emboss them. I'm just going to use a Versamark pen for it, and I will remember the anti-static powder on all the other ornaments. But it's just covering the very tip and keeping a brush handy. You see there? They're actually they were not as dimensional as the die cut ones, but they were very easy to make. I did decide that the white ones needed some sparkle as well, and here I had a problem with the ones I had heat embossed the topper on, because it's going to get ruined, because I have to hold it to heat up the rest of the ornament. But I find a fix for it. First I have to reheat emboss the top of the first ornament I tried, and I'm going to hold it with a piece of paper instead. But in all fairness, don't double emboss these, because you actually lose the little hole on the ornament, which was die cut in there and was visible on all the other versions. Now I had reached the point where my vision of the card had gotten to in my head. So now I had to figure out the background, because this was very white and very boring, and I also wanted a sentiment. So I figured I'd try some stamping on the card base to keep it light. With this from Gittes design, saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm going to repeat stamp it on the background. That was the plan, at least. But my head wasn't really in it the way it was supposed to. I didn't do my math right about where to put the stamps. Sorry about that. I did pick this olive green, olive grove dye ink, which is a dark green, and I actually did like the color. It didn't work with this kind of background, but I left it in here so you could see the process, because I might actually use this background on a little card. I have it, so why not use it for something? Either that, or I'm going to fully cover it in pattern paper. That would also hide it. On to idea for background number 2. First a rectangle die and some white cardstock, same as I used before for the ornaments. I'm going to make sure I have 42 panels on this. And then in half, and die cutting. Here we go. I'm going to stencil this with this very elegant, in my opinion, embossing folder from Crealies. And I'm going to use antique linen. I did a card with this, I think February maybe, where I did some stenciling and stuff. I'll link the video up above, don't worry. But I got a very good result with just using antique linen. It was a very pale and calming color, in my opinion. Going through all my sentiments earlier, I actually forgot a stamp set. This one, it's one of the first ones I bought for Christmas, and it's out of stock and it's not going to be released again, I think. But it has lines from Danish carols, and I love it. And this one says that the Christmas tree with all its decorations is waiting for us to begin. It sounds better in the carol, but that is what this tree is doing. It is waiting for us all to begin to enjoy Christmas. Instead of finding yet another color for the card, I just brought in more gold embossing powder from WOW, the same as I used on the ornaments, so that will all fit together. I really love how these cards turned out, and they're still straight, by the way. I left them under this for the night, so they're nice and neat. But imagine all the colors of ornaments you can make and all the trees. It's wonderful. But I hope you enjoyed the video, that you will be back next week. Until then, I hope you're having a good day, evening, or night.